Hey, thanks for checking out the series. Let's get right back to it with the next episode. And let's talk about agent isolation in this episode, okay? So, if we look at what the promise of the series was, we said we're going to run our Pydantic AI agent, which in the first 5 episodes we already equipped with a bunch of tools. It has file write, file edit, file read, directory list tools, except that it's running on host on a certain file system. And the prompt is very prescriptive, so it sort of encodes some paths. The goal for today is, right, so what we have so far is we run the agent sort of inside, well, on the host, okay? We'd like to move this setup to run inside the container so it matches the left side, but without changes to the agent script, okay? So then basically we want exactly the same script, so let's call it main.py, to be usable either here or here. Okay, and we can also take these, I guess. And we would also like this to work without changes. Okay, so the goal for today is, can we perfectly just inject ourselves with Podman without changing either the code or the prompt or nothing? Just ensure perfect isolation that works in both of these setups. So that way, if you care about security, you can launch it isolated. If you don't care about security and you're willing to take the risk, you can launch it directly on the host, which is what we've been doing so far, but it's not going to fly anymore. Okay? So it's not as hard as it seems because we're going to use Podman, which runs as non-root. So first thing first, let's install Podman. Okay? So then I already did this for Ubuntu inside WSL. Okay, so that's my host. So we can just run sudo apt-get update and install Podman. I'm just going to do it again just for fun. It shouldn't do anything. And it should be y install Podman. Okay, so it's already installed. So now we just have to do 3 things. Again, the prompt, the agent file is, we'll want to keep it exactly like it is. So what does it say? It says read all files in the workspace folder. So that means we have to create a Podman image, which starts from a Docker file that exactly that has this folder with the right permissions. And then when we launch it, we must mount exactly this file and the workspace at the right location. That's not as hard as it sounds, okay? So first, I already did these, but they're very, very basic, right? So first, the Docker file. So we're gonna create a Podman folder, and we're gonna keep all the container or the isolation stuff in there because we're not even gonna mount this to the agent, right? Like the agent, once it's launched inside the container, will not be aware of its own isolation. So this is a clean separation. Podman, workspace, and the big folder is the app folder, okay? So we're going to use an official UV image. This is from the UV docs. So it comes with UV pre-installed and it runs Linux. We just have to create a non-root user, which we call user belonging to group. And that's it. Then we create the working directory in app and we make the workspace folder. And then we pre-install all the UV dependencies by copying this command from the official UV instructions, okay? So what these do is it gives some location for the UV cache at some other root folder, not in app, so somewhere else. Then it mounts the UV lock and PyProject toml in the app folder because that's the working directory. And it just runs UV sync at build time, okay? So then the build script, and this is done. We're done with the image, okay? We're not copying the workspace files in the image, okay? We're just creating the setup. We're gonna do that at mount time, okay? So then the second part is the build script, which is very easy, okay? So it's just the basic Podman build instruction, which we now run from the root folder. So I can do change mod plus x Podman build and Podman build. Okay, so now it's pulling the image. It's gonna also create the user inside it and the folder, and it's gonna pre-install the UV dependencies. So it takes a solid 1 minute. Okay, and that's it. Now the image is done. So now we have this image. The last thing left to do is to launch it by mounting the workspace folder in app workspace and the main folder in app main. And that's what this script does. Again, very easy. So it's just podman run. We're going to give it interactive mode. And we're going to give it the name agent underscore run. We're going to keep our user ID to get the permissions right. So user namespace keep ID. And we just need to mount 3 things. And we're going to give it our Open Router API key. And we're just going to run the agent image. And then inside the image, we're going to run main after we mount it. Okay? So the order here is important because first we need to make sure we mount. So let's see what we mount where. So the main script, we mount in app.main, and we know that the image starts in the app folder. So then UV run main is possible inside the image. Okay? The workspace, we mount the entire folder in app.workspace, and this makes our prompt coherent because now the agent gets launched in app. I don't have to change anything in the prompt. It read all files in the workspace folder, not in /app/workspace. I could have done this. This is correct inside the image. But if we do this, it's no longer correct on host. Or if you give this, if somebody wants to run this on host, this is not going to work. Okay? So the folder remains relative. There is one more trick though. If you watch the previous episodes, our agent script, main py, after the agent does its thing, we save the trajectory to agent run.json, which is now on my host, but I need to mount that file location too. And where do I mount it? Well, you can see it on the left side. It's right next to my main script. So it's app agent run JSON, and that's it. So now all this thing I can just launch, Podman launch, and it's going to keep the console busy. It's mounting everything. So what should we see? Well, exactly what we saw before on host, because what do we ask the agent to do? Read all files in the workspace, identify which one of them is responsible for training, modify it only once. So we should see a modification reflected back on host on workspace in workspace train. And then we should also see the agent run JSON file being updated. And that's because we mounted the file system, so they're synchronized. So now whatever the agent edits inside the workspace folder will be reflected back on disk immediately, okay? And we also have to give it the Open Router API key, obviously, because we run this thing inside, but nothing else. We don't give it our local VNV folder. We don't give it any of these, the README folder, blah, 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 etc. We just give it the main and the PyProject and UV log. Okay, there we go. So it's done. And we see the 2 changes reflected with M on the left side. And we see the final agent reply on the console too. So then I can run a git diff workspace train. Okay, so then the agent only did one optimization like we asked it to, a very small. By now, if you follow the series, this is pretty much probably the biggest optimization the agent does, and it's probably correct. And we can inspect the trajectory file, which now executed inside the image. And we've already looked at this. We know what this is. We need to follow the instructions, blah, 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 blah. It's the agent reasoning, reading each file. See, it sees the file. So it does a get files in folder at workspace. So this is a correct tool call, and it gets all the files. But now everything was isolated inside the Podman image. So if I had another folder called sensitive here, this would not have been mounted, okay? Nor nothing outside. And that's pretty much it. So now with just like 10 lines of code, we have pretty good security and isolation, right? So we know our agent cannot go astray. And this is pretty much a full setup now. So we have the tools, we have the we have the tools, we have the isolation, we have the task. Maybe next time we'll start writing more complex agent workflows, because that's really the only thing left to do. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.